Welcome, Tremaine Hemans.
Hi.
How are you doing, madam?
I'm doing good. How are you? How are you?
I am great. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Wow, I feel so proud of you. Even though we're not family, I'm going to claim you as one of my own as well. you are you
That's
are
fine.
the daughter of a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. So I know that she's so proud of you. So I'm going to be proud of you too. Let's give a few more people some welcomes here. Welcome, Karen, Gaynor. Welcome, Chantel, Christy. Welcome, Alfonso. And I'm sure some
All
of these are your
right.
people, right?
These are my people from Jamaica. Hi, guys.
Wow. We are going to have such fun tonight. It's going to be interactive. People are going to get involved. You know what, Tremaine? When I sent this message out today, people were like, "Oh, I got some questions to ask her."
All right.
It looks like it's an on time kind of message right now, because I think a lot of people do have challenges in the area that you specialize in. So you know what? We're gonna have a good time. All right, Orel, welcome to you. And we're kind of relaxed here, you know. So we're gonna have a good time. Marva's here too. Welcome. You guys, do drop your questions in for our guest today. As we get started, you're gonna find out what we're talking about. All right. So, Tremaine L. Hemans Esquire. She is the managing partner of Hemans Law Group. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. You know what? You have such an amazing leading commercial. I think we're going to start off just by playing that commercial, because that says quite a lot, and then we can bounce straight off of that. Is that okay?
Thank you. I had an excellent team. Shout out to Bulletproof Productions. Shout out to Epic Shots. They were amazing in setting this up for me, so I'm very grateful. So thank you, guys.
All right, let's go check this out, guys. Listen.
My name is Tremaine Hemans, owner and managing attorney of the Hemans Law Group. I am licensed to practice law in Florida and immigration law in all 50 states. I was put on this earth to be a lawyer. My superpower is my ability to empathize with clients on a personal level while never backing down in my advocacy for them. I found that my personal experience as an immigrant sets me apart as an immigration attorney, in addition to my experience and legal knowledge. Knowing that your lawyer is aware that the process is not just forms and putting pen to paper, but that this is your life is what matters. For me, each case is personal. Each client represents a person seeking the American dream, just as I had when I came here many years ago. I came to the United States as an international student on an F1 visa from the beautiful island of Jamaica. Like many others, I came seeking better opportunities for myself and for my family. I witnessed firsthand the shortcomings of our immigration system as I navigated being an international student, then obtaining my green card and citizenship. Immigration law is personal to me. The United States thrives on immigration and on immigrants. It is my mission to advocate for deserving families seeking their American dream, whether that be through petitioning a family member to be able to come to the United States, adjusting your status to obtain your green card while in the United States, obtaining your green card after surviving domestic violence, obtaining a visa to the United States, or successfully seeking relief from immigration court. As your attorney, I provide competent, thorough representation with integrity. My experience in the field and passion for keeping families together makes choosing the Hemans Law Group for your case the right choice.
Wow, that is powerful, Tremaine. You're right. They did an amazing job with
They did
that.
a great job.
Wow.
They had a very bossy client, but they let me do my thing.
You got to get it just right.
I needed to see the vision exactly as I saw it in my head, and they did a really good job of that.
Wow. And you cover so many different areas of law. Let us go into let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Why did you get into law? And before you answer that question, I'm hearing a little bit of echo. Do you have anything else playing on your side, or is it me?
I don't have anything else playing from my side now.
Okay, perfect. What made you get into law?
Well, growing up, education was a really big thing for my parents. My dad went out of his way to make sure we were exposed to a lot of different things. We get books from everywhere. I remember when I was a kid, I was the only person on my lane that I knew that had cable television. You know what I mean? Because he wanted to expose us to the world outside to make sure we knew that the world was bigger than what we knew at home. You know, I know I'm going a little ways back, but
That's all right.
all of that, you know, contributes to my story. My mom was the kind of Caribbean mother. You know how that goes. These are not acceptable, honey. You go to school every day unless you are dying. And she really made reading something that I love to this day. I used to sit at the library, I used to sit at the bookstore next to the library, just sitting reading every single book I could get my hands on. So when I finally got cable and I got to see lawyers on television, because I will say this, I come from a very small town and I don't remember seeing any lawyer when I was growing up. So it didn't really cross my mind, you know what I mean? Which is, I'll get into why I mentor young Black women, because that's one of the things, you know, you only know what you see.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I saw 2 shows. First was Law and Order. I swear to you, 1 in every 5 law student will tell you that Law and Order is why they became a lawyer. But yes, that's true for me. That's the first female lawyer I saw on TV. Her name was Casey Novak, and she was in the courtroom just handling business, and all these men were like hanging on to her. I was like, This is amazing. And all I do is argue. Let's do this. This is what I want to do, Mom. This is my thing.
Perfect.
Yeah. And the second one was Maxine Shaw from Living Single.
Oh, yes.
Black woman with dreadlocks and an amazing attorney.
Yes.
So that's really where it came from. That was the birth of this dream for me. You know what I mean? I was always good at arguing. And like I said, I love reading. All of that contributes to, you know, why I wanted to become a lawyer.
Okay, nice. Now, you did mention in your trailer there that you kind of found it a little bit difficult, or you might have had some challenges when you were actually coming to America. Did that also help the process along as well?
Yes, that's what made me want to be an immigration lawyer.
Okay.
Because at first the focus was to become an attorney to begin with. But when I came here on a student visa, shout out to my mother for making that happen while she's been a home healthcare aide for 20 some years. Wow. So, you know, that's how I came to the country. Now, I was grateful to get here. But once I did, I realized that there were ridiculous restrictions on international students. You can only work on campus. You can only work for a certain amount of hours. And let's be real, like not everyone that comes here is rich, you know what I mean?
Right.
I felt like there were and still are serious issues with the student visa process, meaning even now they don't have a path to citizenship, which is ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? I get the premise of the visa, but I feel like there should be a little more leeway when it comes to international students, because we are why the schools look that good. We have to have straight A's. Just to, you know, so it was the difficulty and challenges I was faced with that made me want to become an immigration lawyer. And then I went on to get married and marry my wonderful husband, and I had to go through that process, and I had to do my citizenship application. Mind you, now your friend helped me get my green card. We sat at her dining table filling out all the forms, and I was like, this is awesome, you know what I mean? Figuring out what evidence goes with what and everything. So that's where the passion really was birthed for me.
Wow. Well, big shout out to Michelle McNabb.
Shout out to Michelle, and shout out to Donna for the student visa. Thanks, girl. Thank you, mommy.
And of course, your husband too.
Yes, shout out to Mr. Adrian, Mr. Producer, sitting over in the back there.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So you got a love for the immigration law. So how many people have challenges in that area? And we are going to come back to you mentoring towards the end of the program as well.
Yes.
Now, I did see a question in there earlier. We're going to take questions a little bit later, but we want to talk about some of the most common questions that people have regarding, you know, immigration, asylum, you know, visas, and all of that kind of stuff. So everybody, you guys, get your notepads out, get your pens ready, because I know that there's a lot of people that have those challenges, and we have a lawyer right here. And listen, don't don't make this opportunity pass you by, because you don't always get this kind of legal advice for free.
No, ma'am.
So,
I do have to interject with a small disclaimer.
Okay.
I am an attorney, so I have to protect
of
myself.
course.
Just so you guys know, this is general information. If you need information specific to your case, we'll provide you with the information for you to contact me in my offices on Monday, since we are closed for Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. Right. So this doesn't, whatever I tell you tonight does not create a legal representation. This doesn't create a relationship between us. You'd have to contact my office to set that up yourself.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and just throw your slide up here of your office, and we're going to put it up several times throughout the show. It's Tremaine L. Hemans, Esquire, Managing Attorney. The number is 754-301-8744. The email, it's T for Tremaine, right?
Yes. Hemans at hemanslaw.com.
Exactly. And the website is hemanslaw.com. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's go through some of the most common questions that people ask. And I've got my notepad too. So let's start with number one.
No problem. For me, honestly, even before I became a lawyer, the biggest question I get is about VAWA applicants. VAWA stands for Violence Against Women Act. A lot of people do not realize, and it's like increasingly alarming for me, and I honestly consider that one of my biggest practice areas because I'm very passionate about this issue. You do not have to stay in a relationship where you are experiencing domestic violence just because you need your green card. You need to protect yourself. Whether or not this person is giving you a green card, you do not have to suffer through that, right? So what you can do is actually file an application called the I-360. And that application will allow you to get your green card, possibly, because of course it's all discretionary. You have to apply for these benefits, but it will allow you to get your green card without the abusive legal permanent resident or U.S. citizen spouse. So that is the number one question I get. Like, what do I do? I don't want to get divorced. We already started the process. Even if you already filed the paperwork with this person, you can still file the I-360 in Vermont. They'll go ahead and switch your application to a domestic violence case, and you'll be able to process it that way. It takes a little bit longer than doing the traditional marriage to a spouse, but it's worth it. Like, you have to protect your life through this process. So
yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of people maybe feel that they're trapped. This man or this person may be holding this against you.
Yes.
You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything without my help.
Exactly.
And they don't know.
And they threaten you with that. Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't know the law. They don't know that they have options.
Exactly. Something as small as them threatening you that, they'll call the immigration services on you. That is a threat, because that's a thing. Like, a lot of my clients, when I was in my initial conversation with them, they didn't realize that. Like, something like a threat or them yelling at you, embarrassing you in front of people. You don't have to deal with any of that. All of that can be considered abuse. Wow. What I mean? And this also works for men. Yes, if you are a man, you can also seek VAWA protection as well.
All right. That's a good one. You said that's the number one issue. That's the
number one question. Yes.
So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go on to the next one then.
The next one is concerning the I-751. I'm trying to not speak like a lawyer and speak like a normal person. It gets, because I'm buried in forms all day, so I have to,
Listen, so we already know that you're well qualified. Somebody said in there, the dope lawyer, and we can see your we can see your certificates on the wall there. We're so proud of you, and welcome. Michelle's here, and Adrian's also tuned in. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, what's the next one? Sorry.
Yeah, so it has to do with removing the conditions on your green card. So generally, if you get married and then file your application for a green card, literally almost at the same time you get married, they're likely going to issue you a 2-year green card, because there's going to be conditions on your residency because you've been married for less than a year before you filed your application. So when you file that application, you're going to be in a situation where in 2 years, you're going to have to file another application for them to remove the conditions and grant you your 10-year green card. That is required. Generally, you're required to do that with the spouse. Now, we know how life goes. Okay,
Yeah.
Britney Spears was married for like a blink one time, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
Life happens. You marry this person and they turn into a crazy person.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, again, you're not tied to this person just because, you know, you got your initial green card through them. People tend to become abusive. Relationships break down. If you have been in the pandemic and your marriage is one of those that were casualties of the pandemic, give me a call on Monday. It happened. You know what I mean? No one's judging you. Okay? The government's not judging you either. What people don't realize is, yes, you're usually required to do it with your spouse, but if the marriage broke down, there are other avenues for you as well. Okay. So you don't have to file it with the spouse. Of course, there's going to be a greater burden for you to prove that you entered the marriage in good faith, but it's possible. I've been successful in it before.
Okay, very, very good. I'm curious, how long have you had your law firm?
I've had my law firm for 2 months. I've been practicing for almost 2 years.
Oh, you've been practicing for 2 years, but just, yeah. And we're so proud of you to step out on your own and do this. Not everybody can step out on their own. They might, you know, be just comfortable and cozy working for a large law firm, but you go, girl, you go.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna take one of the questions from the chat room, and we're gonna come back to your list again. So here is Marva Riley. She has been on the show before. She said, "Can one file for a nanny who is here on a visitor's visa?"
Okay, so that's a super complicated question. You can file a visa for them. There are a few ways you can do that, but one of them requires that the U.S. citizen who's sponsoring them doesn't live in the U.S. So it's a bit of a strange area of law that is not part of my general practice. I will say that to you. I have wonderful friends I can refer you to who might be able to find the correct answer for you for that. But I do remember doing some research on that for a potential client at one point, and it's usually required that the U.S. citizen live outside the U.S. and they're just coming to the U.S. for a short time. So that generally doesn't really work. If you have a nanny, you live here, you want the person to come and take care of your child. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. All right. We do have, let's see, is this a question or a statement? I've seen situations like that before. Those situations are horrible. Congratulations, Tremaine. Yes. Okay. Do drop your questions in the chat if you have something for our esteemed guest here, Tremaine L. Hemans. Okay, let us go on to another popular question that people ask.
Yes, another popular question that people ask is what they can do when their application gets denied. Now, this is where I'm going to say, if you use form preparers, I might get crucified for this. There are a lot of people who are proposing that they're attorneys out there who they are not. And once your application gets denied, they run for the hills because they don't know what to do next. Okay. You can take this all the way up to the federal court sometimes. So there are avenues for you if the application was denied. That doesn't have to be the end. And some applications, you can refile them however many times you want. So.
Okay. So that's about, if you're denied, you can refile again. Or appeal. And so forth. Or appeal. Welcome, Jackie Adamson. Good to have you. Happy birthday for tomorrow. And Marcia Demers is late, and she might have a question in here because she has an immigration issue that she might want to bring up. So feel free to drop your question in there, Marcia, if you like. Welcome everyone to the show. Today we're talking with Tremaine L. Hemans, Esquire. She is the managing partner of Hemans law firm, law group. Is it firm or group?
Hemans Law Group.
Law group. So sorry about that. And she's just doing an amazing job. She knows her stuff, guys. She knows her stuff. Let us talk about. Oh, we got our numbers up quite a lot. So I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the commercial once again because we want to show off our expert here. Listen, watch this, guys. Just watch this. Welcome, Michelle Chang. Welcome, Novelty Fellas. Welcome, Novelty Fellas. Welcome, Donna
Thompson. That is my mother. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Welcome, Karen again. Welcome, you guys. Listen, watch this, you guys who have just joined us. Watch this. If I get it right, I've got to get the right one. I got to get the right one. I got the right one. Here it is.
My name is Tremaine Hemans, owner and managing attorney of the Hemans Law Group. I am licensed to practice law in Florida and immigration law in all 50 states. I was put on this earth to be a lawyer. My superpower is my ability to empathize with clients on a personal level while never backing down in my advocacy for them. I found that my personal experience as an immigrant sets me apart as an immigration attorney, in addition to my experience and legal knowledge. Knowing that your lawyer is aware that the process is not just forms and putting pen to paper, but that this is your life is what matters. For me, each case is personal. Each client represents a person seeking the American dream, just as I had when I came here many years ago. I came to the United States as an international student on an F1 visa from the beautiful island of Jamaica. Like many others, I came seeking better opportunities for myself and for my family. I witnessed firsthand the shortcomings of our immigration system as I navigated being an international student, then obtaining my green card and citizenship. Immigration law is personal to me. The United States thrives on immigration and on immigrants. It is my mission to advocate for deserving families seeking their American dream, whether that be through petitioning a family member to be able to come to the United States, adjusting your status to obtain your green card while in the United States, obtaining your green card after surviving domestic violence, obtaining a visa to the United States, or successfully seeking relief in immigration court. As your attorney, I provide competent, thorough representation with integrity. My experience in the field and passion for keeping families together makes choosing the Hemans Law Group for your case the right choice.
Don't you just feel like screaming when you see that? Yes! Well done. Everybody's so proud of you. We're gonna show a few more comments here because let's see what is it? I saw something that was really, really cool in the chat room here. Let's see. Did you talk about the original I-94 when filing? Sorry, I was a bit late. Yes, Michelle.
Yes, mommy, we will.
So yeah, again, welcome to the show, Tremaine. We're so excited to have you with us today.
Thank you.
People have really showed out for you. They're just excited. You must be so proud, says Michelle to Donna. Okay, let's go into, I think we saw another question. Okay,
yes,
here's a question.
Let me just hop in on the question that Mom was asking, because that is a question I'm seeing come up more and more often. Mm-hmm. Your I-94. So if you came here, let's say before maybe 2015 or so, you probably got a stamp or a little white card for your I-94, which is the form that tells you how much time you have in the US. They usually stamp it and write it in red ink or something like that. It's a little card about this big, maybe. You have to keep that card. That is the proof that you were lawfully admitted to the United States. If you're filing for your green card, Section 245 of the Immigration Nationality Act requires that you show that, you got here legally. So you need to keep that. Now, here's a problem that a lot of people have. I got here in 1998. I don't know where that card is.
True, right?
So the government actually has an avenue for you to get your entire alien file from them, right? You can file what's called an FOIA request, a FOIA request for USCIS. In case someone filed something for you in the past, you can request it through there. It might show up like that. There's no guarantees you're getting that back. You can also try to file a form to get it replaced, but you can simply ask for the FOIA request and just have them look through your records and send you what you're looking for. I can help you with that as well.
Awesome. Excellent. Yes, feel free, guys, to drop your questions in. You got so many people here congratulating you. You're just
my mom says, guard that card with your life. You know the deal, Donna.
I'm happy to announce. I think I had a party a couple of years ago when I became an American citizen, because
yes, as you should.
Such an exhilarating feeling. Yes. And the thing about it is, a lot of people, they come to the country, they're fully legal, but they just delay stuff for years and years and years. It's like, Why do we do that? I did that.
I'm glad you brought that up. That wasn't even on my list, but I'm happy to speak about that as well.
Talk about that for a little bit.
What people do not realize, they can still deport you with your green card. Your green card does not make you safe from getting deported.
Right?
Okay?
Yeah.
Once you land in immigration court, it gets a lot harder to get cancellation of removal, which is another avenue for you in case you're in that situation. I can help you with that as well. But it is very hard to get that done, especially now. We are coming off of a very restrictive administration.
Yes.
That way. And there was a lot of case law that came out that, restricted people's access to some of these avenues. You do not want to be in that situation because it is going to be very expensive, way more expensive than just filing a 20-page form to get your citizenship.
Right.
If you don't have a criminal record, even if you have a criminal record, you may still be eligible for your citizenship. So you should get that handled as soon as possible.
Yeah,
you never know what could happen.
You never know. I'll tell you, when that certain administration was in power, I was a little bit concerned. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and take care of that right now before something happens in the next 4 years.
That was wise. Wise. The Trump administration was my first experience as a lawyer. That was my first year. Think of it, 2020 was pretty much my first year of practice.
Yeah.
And when I tell you there were so many days where I came home and I just didn't want to do it anymore because they were denying everything, whether or not you qualified for stuff. It was really restrictive. They weren't allowing, it was just very frustrating. So it's really nice to be in a different situation now where, they still have to abide by the law, but at least now it's more welcoming, I feel.
Yes. All right, let's take this question. So from Chantel. So for filing, is it possible for a sister who is a resident to file for another living from another country? And if so, how long does the process usually last?
Well, the only people who are allowed to file for siblings are United States citizens. So unfortunately, if you're a legal permanent resident, you are not allowed to file for your sibling. See, there's another reason to get your citizenship.
Yeah.
The process for a citizen to file for a sibling takes quite some time. So there's something called a visa bulletin, and certain immigrant visas take a little longer to process. So for a sibling visa, I think the wait time right now is somewhere upwards of 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes a little time. Yeah. And I honestly foresee that time not changing anytime soon because there is a ridiculous backlog at the National Visa Center and at the consulates because they were closed for a year.
Oh,
yeah. So it takes a little time, but you can if you're a citizen. You can.
The other thing that I would just add, as far as not delaying by filing your paperwork for citizenship, is that the fees, they continue to increase.
Yeah.
Because when I should have filed maybe 5-10 years ago, it was probably about $300.
Yeah.
And now it was like it's about nearly $1,000. I think it was.
Yeah, it's $700 now.
Yeah.
$700+. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we have any more questions. I need a consultation, says Marcia. She wants a private consultation.
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
we have her number. We're going to put it up again on the screen in a little bit. Okay, let's see. All right, let us go. So Christina says she loves the commercial too. So informative and powerful, right?
Thank you.
I love to see that passion that you have for representing immigrants. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go into more questions that you have.
Oh, from my list. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one I get a lot is about extending your stay when you're here on a visitor's visa. You're allowed to do that. So a lot of times you come and you're visiting family and someone might get sick, God forbid, or something happens and you have to stay here a little longer. They usually give you a 6-month stay for most people. A lot of people sometimes get less, but you can ask to extend that stay for a little while longer. There's a form called the I-539, I believe it's called, that form will allow you to extend your stay. You're going to have to prove, of course, that you can support yourself and that, you know, you're not going to be a public charge of the US. You know what I mean? If you're staying with somebody, that person might have to provide proof of their taxes or whatever to show that they can support you, or you're going to have to provide financials to show that you can. So yeah, if you want to stay longer, you actually can.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So don't feel like your time is up as soon as the visa runs out. There are options,
Exactly.
you know, as long as you speak to an attorney such as Tremaine here, you can get the advice that you need. Wonderful
Yes.
commercial. Everybody loves your commercial.
Thank you. I love it too. It gives me chills every time. I can't believe it's me.
Every time I see it, I'm like, wow, I want to scream. Let's see, Carla. That's exactly what happened to me. Got hit with 110% increase, right? Yeah, I heard that.
Carla's a friend of mine, and I used to nag her about doing it. And see what happened to you? I told you.
Yeah, I know. It's like we just like to just delay. Oh, we'll do it next
and
time.
Honestly, I get where everyone's coming from. It is like, because you're putting yourself back on the radar, and we know in our community, no one really wants to be on the radar of the government. And your citizenship really, as rightfully so, because your citizenship is the last time for the government to completely review your residency. You know what I mean? Like, does this person deserve to be a citizen of this country? So I get the fear of doing it, but as long as you do it the right way, you seek the proper legal representation if you need it, then there should be no reason for you to file for your citizenship. I have clients who have had numerous criminal convictions and they've gotten their citizenship. So
yeah. All right. So Nikisha Jackson says, I am in St. Anne with with an expired green card because of not having anyone to stay with my kids. I'm not quite sure. Is that a question?
Maybe she's asking if she can refile for it. Yes, you can. You can file for a new one. There may be some roadblocks for you though. So that's a more of a specific question. But my answer to that is that yes, you can try to get it back.
Okay. All right. Congratulations. God continue blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. God, that card with your life says your mom. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, we saw that question. Okay. So here's a question from Marcia.
Yes.
What if you have a legit relationship with a foreigner and are now engaged? What is the best resource as far as getting that person into the US permanently?
Well, there are avenues for that as well. There are 3 different avenues you can choose. You can do the fiancé visa, where you pretty much file a form with USCIS to verify your relationship. Then they send the application to the National Visa Center. They'll have an interview at the consulate, and then you can bring them in. Then you have to get married in 90 days. Oh yes, 90-day fiancé is a real thing. It's an actual thing. So you can do that. You can file an I-130 application for the person once you are actually married. Then, of course, they're going to transfer it again to the consulate. You're going to have the interview, and then they come in with an immigrant visa. Or there's another avenue that I do not advise doing, but if the person is already in the US, there might be an avenue for them as well. But she was asking more if the person was outside. So yes, there's 2 different avenues for you to do that. Go ahead and give me the consultation call, and I'll take it.
Give her the consultation. Let's just throw the number up again one more time. Go ahead and read your contact information, Tremaine.
Okay, so the telephone number is 754-301-8744. Email address is Hemans, that's THEMANS @hemanslaw.com. And then my website is www.hemanslaw.com. You can actually submit your questions there, request a consultation there as well.
I mean, who wouldn't want this lady to be their lawyer? Who would not want this powerful lady to be their? Listen, man, that's a boss picture there, girl.
Thank you. I had them shot by a young lady. Her Instagram is Athena House Visuals. I felt super comfortable with her. She was cheering me on. So I don't know what happened to me, but something else came out. You know?
the boss lady came out. Yeah, your visuals, your branding is It's on
Thank
point,
you.
sister. It's
Thank
on
you.
point.
Thank you. I'm
And
very
this,
fortunate to have a great marketing team. Shout out to Chanel Marsh, who did my logo.
mhm,
Thank you. Thank you.
it's awesome. Yeah. So just run down the list of areas that you cover.
Yes. So my main practice area is family-based immigration. So, husbands and wives and children and stuff like that. That's what I generally take care of. Abused spouses, tourist visas. I handle that as well. Immigrant visas, citizenship and naturalization, asylum. My entire first and second year of practice, that's what I was doing.
Wow.
Deferred action application, removal defense. That's also a huge part of my practice as well. I will toot my horn. Thank you, Mom, for making me read so many books because I am an excellent writer. So my appellate practice does really well as well. I can do appeals for the immigration court or of USCIS denials, and also N400 applications. If your citizenship application got denied, there's recourse for you to go and try to have them reopen it. So
the full gamut, and listen, she's confident. So, and that's important. That's what you need when somebody's fighting for you. You need that confidence.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's a great thing. Oh,
God is at the head of my practice. So I pray for every application that leaves my practice. My mom and I get on the phone and pray for people, So I think my previous employer, that is one thing he instilled in me, because I'd never seen a Christian attorney before. And they had prayer meetings every Friday. So that really became like a big part of my practice as well. So I give it to the Lord.
Amen. Amen. Okay, we have another question. What is the likelihood of being able to still apply for citizenship if you are ever convicted of a crime while being a green card holder?
As I was saying before, you can possibly file for your citizenship. There are certain situations where you may be permanently barred. So please contact an attorney before you file by yourself. But yes, there are situations where it might be possible. If it's just petty offenses, then you shouldn't have an issue, depending on the number of them. But yeah, there are recourses for you. You may be able to. Okay.
One from Michelle. Hey, Michelle again. What do you do if the green card has expired a long time ago?
Well, you're considered to have relinquished your residency. As you guys know, if you've ever filed a citizenship application, they ask you how many days you've been out of the country and all this stuff, you know what I mean? So you may have been considered to relinquish your citizenship, but there may be a way to get it back. So that's going into more particular issues that I might have to speak with you individually about, or the person, because that's from Mom.
Right. Yeah. Okay. These are all excellent questions, guys. Keep them coming. We only have Michelle. We only have Tremaine for the next 20 minutes. So,
oh wow, time's moving.
I know, right? Wow, she is a citizen. I just checked. 9 years is a bit. What? Wow.
Yeah. 9 years is a bit. That's the young lady that was asking the question before about her sibling.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Here's the other thing. Usually when we tell these people these things, they don't file it. You know what I mean? You can still file the I-130. Nothing is stopping you from filing the I-130 for your sibling. Get them in the line. Okay? Yes, that's 9 years. It was 2007 yesterday for me when I came to this country. Okay, right. And now we are how many years along?
Yeah.
What, 14 years? So time, it seems like it is a long time, but time goes like this. So you never know. You know what I mean? Even if she gets another way to come to the US, that's great. But if not, then that I-130 will have already been in the line. So I would say still file it.
Okay. So they're enjoying the show, guys. Congrats, Tremaine. Very informative. I see your superpowers.
All right.
Great show. Thank you very much, Marva. We try to bring you quality entertainment and quality information and quality inspiration. You got it all here. Amen. You got it all here. Welcome, Angel. How you guys doing? How you doing? All right. We have another question here. Can you apply for citizenship with an expired green card, or will you have to refile the green card?
Well, they usually prefer that you have a valid green card when you file for citizenship. So depending on when it expired, you may be able to apply with the expired one. I've actually had success in a case like that before, but it wasn't expired for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
If it's been expired for more than 6 months, you just go ahead and file for a new one.
Right.
They do like when it's a valid one.
Okay, Sasha, welcome.
Sorry,
Welcome.
I have to keep going on that because
Sure.
the thing is, a lot of people think that when their green card expires, that means their residency expired. But a mentor of mine, because I didn't even really think about it, she was like, your residency never expires unless they take it back from you. You know what I mean? The card is just the proof of your residency.
Yeah, interesting. Very good. Very good point.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you for that question. So Sasha Walters, welcome. I'm a citizen and my divorce was finalized about a month ago, but I have been separated for over a year. Is it too early to remarry and sponsor my spouse?
No. Again, like I said, marriage visas are my favorite part of my practice because no case is the same and I'm never bored. That's life. Like I said, maybe she came in late. Kim Kardashian was married for like a second one time, and Britney Spears. Like things happen, you know what I mean? Love, no one knows when you'll find love. So yeah, go ahead and refile. When my husband and I went to our interview, we were 20 years old and the woman was like, oh my God, like, are you serious? We're like, yeah, we really love each other. You never know. Every situation is different. Every marriage is different. Now, if you had sponsored the previous spouse, that might be an issue. So we'd have to talk more about that. Okay.
All right. Okay. So Marcia says, I took forever to file for citizenship. I was in denial that I was now residing in the U.S. permanently.
That's the thing. Yeah. Being a permanent resident just means you can live and work here. You don't have any access to anything else much, honestly. The citizenship's what opens the door for a lot of other things. So I do encourage anyone who is eligible to file for their citizenship to do so.
Yeah, I did too. Unlike Marcia, we took a long time. I'm like, you know what? Time is time, and there's a lot of benefits. Could you just talk about some of the benefits that
the biggest benefit? Every platform I get on, I encourage everyone to vote. If you are living in the United States as a legal permanent resident, I just do not understand. You're watching everybody else make the decisions for your life. That doesn't make any sense to me. The second I was able to get my citizenship, that's the first thing I did. I registered to vote. And I vote in every election.
So
because we live here.
I know.
I feel like that's. Go ahead.
Yeah. So no, you go ahead. I'm just getting excited.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the biggest benefit. It might seem like a chore to some people, but if the pandemic taught us anything, is what I've been screaming at people for years. There's a million different ways to vote. You can vote early. You can go if you want to go in the line and wait. You can do that. You can do your absentee ballot. They don't make it easy now, but that's another conversation. But you can vote. That's the biggest one. For me, I love to travel, and the United States has one of the most powerful passports in the world. You'll go all over the world and not be required to have a visa. Because yes, other countries require that you have visas to come into their country. But I've found I've been to many places with my husband. Shout out to Adrian, my travel partner. Yay. Woo! Where we going next? Right. But that's another big benefit is that you're able to do that. Another thing, if you are in college, as I was saying before, I came as an international student. And when I tell you, it was a totally different situation when I had my citizenship. I literally got a free college degree. This one right here. Wait, that one? Free. Financial aid paid for my associate's degree, my second associate's degree with Broward College. I don't need to say anything else.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Free college money. Free college money.
Yes. So
many other things. Exactly. There's so many more benefits that you're not eligible for unless you are a United States citizen.
So Adrian says, what's your approval rating so far?
He just likes when I say that 100%. That's my approval.
100%. Oh, sweet. Love it. Oh, what I was going to say was I voted for the first time at the last election.
That's amazing.
I had two.
Yes, we could not. And please, when 2024 comes, do not get lazy. We got to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. Couldn't afford anything else to happen. Even if it's just my one vote.
Yes.
Tip it over. I had to do it.
And as an immigration attorney, I can tell you there's always a lot of talk that, when people come in office, they don't do anything. Kudos to everyone that voted for your senators, the presidents, your local leaders. Things are happening. I sit on the police advisory review board for my city. that's something that they're doing that I find to be amazing. Today, Joe Biden just signed Juneteenth in as a federal holiday. You know what I mean?
Wow.
An email that the immigration courts are going to be closed tomorrow. That's huge.
What?
Now, of course, exactly. Of course, I'm a little bit of a militant Black myself, so I feel like there's more effective change that we need. Yes, but that is a huge step because before, let's be real, nobody even knew what Juneteenth was 2 years ago.
Yep.
So that's amazing. You know what I mean? The immigration policies that are getting rolled back and changed, which I hope we'll have time for me to talk about, but I'm not sure. So let me shut up.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's actually happened because you guys went out and voted. Every immigrant thanks you for what you've done, honestly.
All right, we're gonna see how much we can get through, but it seems like we might have to bring you back.
Have to stay longer, sis.
We might have to bring you
back. Part 2 is coming.
Okay. All right, so Marcia was asking, she just won me over completely. A woman of God too. Yes, she's got
Yes,
my
ma'am.
business, says Marcia. All right. That's what we do here. And by the way, guys, this is Business Connections segment. And if you want to be a guest on the show, contact me, get in touch with me, and we'll see what we can do. You have to be very special to get on this show. I'll just say that much. Let's see if you have any more questions before we get to any more of yours.
Okay.
Let's see. Everybody's still gushing over you. So proud of you, girl. Blessings abundantly. Michelle McNabb, my friend lives in the UK and hers expired years ago. Does she have to come back to the States to refile, or can she refile from the UK?
I'm honestly not too sure about that. I think she may be able to file from over there because there's several applications that you can file from outside the United States, but I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not really sure about that. I'm just telling you that if she, depending on how many years it's been, she's relinquished her residency. At the very least, when she tries to come back in with it, they're going to pull her into secondary and ask her quite a few questions.
Okay. Novelty says citizenship was a no-brainer for me. The moment I was able to, I got mine and got to voting.
That's right. Kudos.
Okay. Yes, I vote in every election. I do the mail ballot, then take it to the polls myself to make sure it gets to make sure.
Stay cynical, sis.
I did that. I did that this year as well. And the first time I went in the line, I just wanted to see, but there was actually no line. I went in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, early voting. Early voting is what I like to do. Juneteenth. Thanks. Thank you, Joe Biden. All right, let's see if we have any more questions. I know Byron. Hello, Byron. I know this girl was a boss from school days.
I've always been bossy. That's true. I can't lie.
All right.
Okay. Let me go back into my little list here.
Yeah.
So another thing that I'm hearing a lot of people have questions about how long the things are taking to process, especially for applications where, let's say, you are married to a U.S. citizen and you guys filed the I-130 and the I-485. There is a bit of a backlog still. For me personally, my cases, I'm seeing faster processing times, but I have a feeling that that's because I'm a psycho and my files are super organized. I make sure when you send something in through me, they don't have any question about whether you really married, because I beat them over the head with evidence. But in general, the processing times have slowed down a lot. For me, I've seen from 6 months to a year. Removal of conditions, that is taking a long time, like 18 months.
Okay.
Citizenship applications used to take like maybe 6-7 months. Now they are a year and more.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cases that are having super backlog. Asylum applications, don't get me started. But yeah, okay, everything is taking a lot longer. But again, the government's putting in a lot of new policies that we're really excited about. So I do foresee them probably implementing something to alleviate that pressure. You know what I mean? For one, our money's not going to building a wall anymore. They can probably hire some more people.
True. I actually filed my citizenship before the COVID, time. But it took a whole year, and my paperwork was straight. It was perfect. So I can understand that. So Marcia's saying, when can I call you, Tremaine?
Monday morning, I'm
Monday.
open from 9 to 5 p.m.
Oh, yes, because Friday's a holiday, right?
Yes, ma'am. I will be celebrating Juneteenth every year going forward.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Here's a question, I think.
Yes.
What is the process if, as a non-resident, you have a child in America and want them to be able to stay out of the US for an extended period of time?
That's not a clear question. Is the child a U.S. citizen or? Are you the non-resident? That's not too clear.
All right.
If the child is a citizen, they're a citizen. They can't take that away from them. We all know somebody that has brought their child back to the motherland of Jamaica, or wherever you're from, to make sure they get the great education. You can absolutely do that, but that depends on whether they're a citizen or not. Yeah,
it sounds as if they're probably not. But let's just put your contact information up again. Tremaine, just go ahead and read that.
Right. So again, my telephone number is 754-301-8744. Email address is THEMANS, that's themans@hemanslaw.com. My website is www.hemanslaw.com. You can go there to request a consultation, to ask a specific question, and get more information on what areas I cover.
And this is the boss lady herself. This is the boss lady herself. Come on. She don't play. She don't play. And look at all the areas of expertise she has. And I'm sure there's other things that she hasn't mentioned here. Yes. But there you go, guys. Take a picture with your phone, take a screenshot, and take a screenshot of her card as well. If you haven't written this down, just take a screenshot of that. Forward this video onto your friends who may have questions.
And also, I have a really good social media presence. I'm trying very hard to make sure that we're sharing information about the new policies and everything. So follow me on Twitter @Hemans Law, follow me on Instagram @Hemans Law, and follow the Hemans Law Group PA on Facebook as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think there's an extended question. Yes, child would be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, if the child's a U.S. citizen, that's your prerogative to take them back so they can learn the good education. Because Lord knows this education system is not the best, So, feel free to do that. I support it.
All right, so I think that we have all the questions answered. If anybody, if we miss any questions, just drop them in one more time for me so that I don't miss out, so that you guys don't miss out. And we are going to wrap it up. And of course, we're going to have to see that video one more time. and guys, for those guys who know this show, this is MJ Live, and we talk to interesting people, business owners, inspirational people, and all sorts of things. If you want to be on the show, get in touch with me. We have advertising, we have video advertising, and all sorts of things. So if you want to have your commercials run on the show, get in touch with me as well. If you need someone to make them, you can get in touch with me. But you might also want to get in touch with Tremaine's media people, because they are the bomb. You can't front on that. But also, if you guys want to extend the show for the musical segment for an hour, which would be from 9 until 10. If you do want to have that, then you got to send a message, drop a message in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up after we speak with Tremaine. So if you do want a musical segment, let me know and we'll do something. We're gonna shut this off so we have a separate video, and we'll come back again to do that show. But first of all, before we go, let us play this commercial one more time, and then I'll come back and we'll say goodbye to Tremaine. All right? I love this video, man.
Thank you.
My name is Tremaine Hemans, owner and managing attorney of the Hemans Law Group. I am licensed to practice law in Florida and immigration law in all 50 states. I was put on this earth to be a lawyer. My superpower is my ability to empathize with clients on a personal level while never backing down in my advocacy for them. I found that my personal experience as an immigrant sets me apart as an immigration attorney, in addition to my experience and legal knowledge. Knowing that your lawyer is aware that the process is not just forms and putting pen to paper, but that this is your life is what matters. For me, each case is personal. Each client represents a person seeking the American dream, just as I had when I came here many years ago. I came to the United States as an international student on an F1 visa from the beautiful island of Jamaica. Like many others, I came seeking better opportunities for myself and for my family. I witnessed firsthand the shortcomings of our immigration system as I navigated being an international student, then obtaining my green card and citizenship. Immigration law is personal to me. The United States thrives on immigration and on immigrants. It is my mission to advocate for deserving families seeking their American dream, whether that be through petitioning a family member to be able to come to the United States, adjusting your status to obtain your green card while in the United States, obtaining your green card after surviving domestic violence, obtaining a visa to the United States, or successfully seeking relief in immigration court. As your attorney, I provide competent, thorough representation with integrity. My experience in the field and passion for keeping families together makes choosing the Hemans Law Group for your case the right choice.
That's bad. That's bad. I ain't lying. That's bad. Okay. All right. So anyway, Tremaine, I want to thank you so much for being available today and just conducting yourself in such a professional boss lady way.
Thank
we
you
are
for
so
having
proud
me.
of you, and just keep on doing your thing. We know that with God's blessing, your practice is going to just thrive from bigger to wider. You're helping people and do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Before I go, I want to also shout out Alfonso Sr. He did the animation on my logo, like made the thing actually move and glow and do all that stuff. So shout out to you. He's incredible. Reach out to me and I'll be happy to give you his information. He's a Jamaican creator.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Support.
Absolutely. Okay, beautiful. Let me just throw up a couple of more messages here. We had something so we have Tremaine's Instagram here. She's on Instagram, Twitter, Hemans Law, Facebook, the Hemans Law Group PA. Tracy says that picture just made me want to file my citizenship application, and I'm already a citizen.
She's hilarious. That has been my friend since we were 14 years old. So shout out to you. Thank you for supporting.
Awesome. Chantal, all blessings and love, Tremaine. Brag about you all the time. Keep doing your thing.
Hey, Chantal, shout out to Mr. Anderson's bus to St. Hilda's High School and York Castle. Hey, guys.
All right. And Novelty has to run. Thanks for information, Tremaine and Melissa. Only one person said they wanted music, Marcia. Only one person said they wanted music. So
maybe they want more questions.
It looks like they don't want you to go, but she has to go, and I'm gonna go. If it's just one person, Marcia, I'm not gonna do the show just for one person. So I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes. Just drop me a message in Facebook if you want me to go on the show. All right, Tremaine, have a wonderful night, and I will
as well
be in touch, and I'm sure that you'll be getting some calls on Monday. Not tomorrow, guys. On Monday.
Thank you. Even if you call tomorrow, leave a message and we'll get back to you on Monday. So thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.